Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Winch here with Defenders USA. I got another pretty cool drill for you guys to try out. I think it's a really good one. This is from Dynamic Combative Solutions, or DCS. And if you go to their website, which is dcs.training, you'll find them right there. What we're going to be shooting is a target that Dave Laird of DCS came up with called Torture Dot. Now, you guys are all familiar with Dot Torture. Well, this is a little bit harder, a bit spicier. And the whole reason it comes about is on a Facebook group, I think it's called Deliberate Training Group V2, version 2. Somebody asked on there a couple days ago asking, is there a version of Dot Torture that is timed? Well, you can do a lot of things with Dot Torture. It's not officially timed, but you can do a lot of things. But what Dave Laird did is he made it a lot harder. If you notice, I think those are 1-inch circles. Maybe they're 1.1-inch circles, I'm not sure, compared to the 2-inch circles of Dot Torture. And then he gave time hacks to every one of these. What I'm going to do is I'll talk through each stage, and since every stage is timed, you're going to see the time on each of these, and it's a total of 50 rounds. Now, also, this is really just a training thing, or really a test of where you're at. So Dave does allow for alibis, so if you pull and it's not right, or you miss your grip or something like that, hey, put it away and start back all over. Also, because the time hacks, if a shot doesn't get in the time hack, even though it might hit, now you're down. You can be down on misses, but you can also be down on time hacks. I'm going to be doing this on a randomized shot clock. I'll be using my shooter's global that's here, and I don't know when it's going to go off, right? It's set for randomized start time. It's also done at 3 yards, so I've already paced it off. Something you got to remember too is height over bore. So if you're shooting small targets very close, right now the bullet at rest is sitting right here, but my front sight post or optic is there. So notice there's a difference of about that much. So wherever I want my bullet to go, I've got to aim about, oh, I don't know, 2/3 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, maybe even an inch above where I want it to go, somewhere in there, and it's just a guesstimate. This one is draw, fire 5 rounds to number 1, and I have a 5-second par time to do it. Okay, those are all solid hits, and time was 4.14. 4.14. For the second one, it's 1 draw, 1 shot, 5 different times. And the par time is 1.5 seconds. Solid hit. That felt like it took forever. 1.56, 1.56. So that means it's outside the par time, so I'm down 1. Solid hit. And that was a 1.62, 1.62, so down on time again. Good hit, 1.54, 1.54, so I'm still down on time. I don't even know if that's a hit, but that's a 1.56, 1.56. I'm gonna take a look at it. Line breaks do count, so let me take a look. Okay, so it's ever so slightly breaking the line. I mean, barely. Alibi? That was a soup sandwich. Here we go. It was a good hit, and 1.38, 1.38. So out of 5 of those, I only got 1 in time. So for the next one, 3 and the 4, you're gonna draw, fire 1 at the 3, transition, fire 1 at the 4. So you're gonna do that 4 times total. It's a total of 8 rounds, and you score on time based on each point. Oh, by the way, par time is 3 seconds. So 1 draw, fire 1 to the 3, move, shoot 1 at the 4. You have a 3-second par. Good hits. That's a 2.15, 2.15. That felt really, really slow. 2.34, 2.34. I almost over confirmed that. 2.34 again. .28, 2.28. So to the 5, and it's draw one-handed, your dominant hand, and shoot 5 rounds at the 5. 7-second par time on this. Okay, those are all hits, and that's 5.75. 5.7. Everything's a hit. Now for the 6, it's a draw, and you fire 2 rounds at the 6, transition, fire 2 rounds at the 7. Total, you're gonna do this 4 times, so a total of 16 rounds. The par time on this is 5 seconds. Okay, they all touched, they all hit, and that was 3.23, 3.23. All solid hits, 3.42, 3.42. And I missed one. Total time was 3.38, 3.38. You know what? I'm gonna change that. This is also, we're gonna call that a miss. So we're gonna say -2. Okay, all solid hits. 3.45, 3.45. That's kind of frustrating to miss 2 like that. All right, 3.45. Okay, so I'm down 1 on a miss, 2 on a miss so far. Everything else is touching. Okay, so this next one, from the ready position, usually the low ready, it's fire 5 rounds at the 8, but you're doing with your non-dominant hand. 5 seconds to do this. Okay, those are all good hits. Everything is solid, but that's a 6.10. So outside the time frame, let's take a look at the details. All right, so my 4th one went off at 5.24, if you can see that, 5.24. My 5th one went off at 6.10. So therefore, I only have 3 inside the time frame. So I'm down 2, even though they both hit, I'm down 2 based on time. This last one, 1 at the 9, reload 1 at the 10, and you got to do it 3 different times. Okay, I forgot to tell you the time limit on it, which is 5 seconds. So I got that done at 5.19, 5.19. So I'm down 1 on time. Okay, solid hit. I still had to do an overhand rack on that. So I'm still riding my slide lock, which is pretty typical for me. And that was a 4.39, 4.39. All her hits. Whew, that did not feel like it passed the par time of 5 seconds. Everything's a hit, and it's 4.65, 4.65. So I got the par time done. Total points between misses and over time, I'm down 9. So that means I've got a 41 out of 50. Now I just fired 50 rounds, but I have a 41 out of 50 just based on those. According to Dave, my understanding is the best he knows of that anybody's ever done is 46. I think my best has either been 42 or 44, but 46 points out of 50 on this, that's tough and a great indicator of skill. And a total 14.27 for this. When you put it all together, that's 58.95 seconds. And this whole target, if you used all the times that were on there, is 71.5 seconds. So I kept it well below the overall par of this, but I lost points on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I lost points just on time right there. So again, just an indicator, hey, go get the skill back in place, go spend your time in dry fire and just clean some things up. And it's a lot cheaper to do it in dry fire than it is to do live on a range, right? You can do it in your tighty-whities at home, right? So a whole lot easier to do it that way. This is the DCS Torture Dot. It's a tough test. So go give this a try, print it off at DCS.training. In 50 rounds, you can do a lot of work to see where you are and figure out the gaps in your skills. For me, dry fire, the gaps in the skills. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Winch, Defenders USA.